Hello. So it says there's 2 people on, but nobody's saying anything. 3. Hey, Jim. Well, I guess my subscribers aren't interested in my video today. It's going all right, I guess. I don't know why I call that guy. I should not have done that. Should not have. Now he has my actual phone number. I could have used my government phone, and instead I called him from my phone that I use every day. Instead, I could have called him. I could have called him from my shitty phone, my government phone. Why did I do that? Why did I don't even know. Maybe they are. Maybe they're all eating lunch. Hey, Julie. Well, if there's like people and then there was like 4 people and then now there's only the 2 of you guys, they must come in and see that there's nothing real exciting going on and be like, okay, we're getting out of here. My nose is running because I've been outside for so long, chain smoking cigarette after talking to that guy. I only talked to him for like literally like 3 minutes, maybe not even that long. And it really threw me through for a loop. Yeah, I could do that. I mean, he's not gonna call me, probably. I don't know. He might. He has me on Facebook. He added me as a friend on Facebook. Hi, Dennis. I don't know. I feel a little bit regretful about it. Hey, Jessica. Yeah, I just feel like maybe I should have just ignored it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I couldn't really go into super detail, Dennis, anyways. But I mean, the gist of it is, he wants me to help him sell dope. And I mean, I'm way out of that. I'm out of the game, man. I'm out of that shit for good. I mean, I'm not going to help hook somebody else up. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. And it does sound kind of weird. So he just basically said, oh, give him my number. And if they tell me, that they got his number from me, then he'll send me money. So I don't even know. I don't even have Cash App. I don't even really know exactly what that is. I have PayPal, and I only got that initially was to help my friends who were in prison. So I have PayPal to put money on their stuff. So I don't know. Is Cash App different than PayPal? What's the difference? What is it? What's different about it? Friends of mine, anybody that I know that is interested, people that I still have connections to that are probably using. That's what he wants. Immediate transfer of cash from person to person. Well, I guess at least I know that. Well, so is PayPal though. Is that what's different about it? Because if somebody puts money in my PayPal, then it's immediate, and then I just transfer it to my Walmart Visa. And it only takes like a 0.10%. So like if somebody sends me like $40 and I get $39.60. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on a second, guys. Stupid. I've been waiting for a call. This is the phone that I get calls from my friend in prison, and she has not called me. Stop smoking anything, and I can start to swear you. I mean, I don't want money for people to give me cigarettes or weed or something. I don't need money for that. I don't know. Doesn't want me to smoke or smoke. Hi, Robin. How's it going today? Oh, that's good. I had group this morning, and I took Kyrie out of her. Oh, right. Okay, Dennis, I understand. I can just barely afford cigarettes. So yesterday I scrounged up $4 and change, and Mike supposedly had the other $2.50 or whatever, however much the cigarettes cost in the work van. So that was that. And then my grandma wanted to buy me cigarettes today, but I don't want her buying me cigarettes with her money because her and my grandpa smoke enough already as it is, and my grandma has been had to spend her money for things that she shouldn't have. So I don't want her buying me my cigarettes too. It was good. It was good. I took Kyrie out of her car seat and she showed everybody that she's walking. And I basically I put on the paper, you know, like my relationship, and it was like my relationship with, and then like the negative consequences and attitudes that come from a relationship with whatever that is. And so I put my relationship with heroin, and that, you know, that it made me into a person that I never thought I would be, and made me lose my self respect. And then the positives was that I went to rehab and stopped talking to anybody that uses. Oh, shit. I mean, I'm okay. So when I was on parole, I was required to go to the group, and then when I was still on parole, I had completed already my requirements for it, and I still continued to go. And then when they put me on probation for the marijuana, then I had to re-go again, even though I was still going the whole time. I had never stopped. And so then I completed those requirements, and then still continue to keep going. And it's kind of funny because Gail Waite, she's the probation officer, and she's just a big bitch. And I basically kept telling Maria to send my reports to her, even though I'm not on probation anymore. And they finally had to contact Maria and tell her to stop sending my reports because they don't want to deal with it. I'm not on probation anymore. But I just wanted to do that. I just wanted to show her, like, here you go, Gail. So I just keep going, Dennis. I think it's good for me. Mike says he didn't benefit from it at all. You know, you don't really learn anything. I mean, I didn't really learn anything new that I don't already know, but it helps me to be there and talk about my substance issues and to be with other people and help them, or, you know, basically give feedback on whatever they talk about. So I like it. Maria's kind of clueless. She doesn't know anything about substances. I don't know how she's a substance abuse therapist, but it's good. I think, you know, like how Mike said he didn't get anything out of the group. I think it's pretty much you get out of it what you put in. So if you're just going to sit there and be like, I don't want to be here, I'm court ordered to be here, blah, 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 you know, then you won't get anything out of it. Z-Man, it's basically just about me, my life in recovery, the struggles that I go through, some stories about what happened in my active addiction. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I hear Tyree's bed is creaking. Hopefully she stays asleep. She was so tired. She was getting all fussy. It just depends, Dennis. Some people, so if there's people that are court ordered, so today there was 5 of us today. Yep, I did use Suboxone, Jessica. And I will not use Suboxone again because I abused it. My dealer guy that I met when I was working at KFC Taco Bell, he showed me how you could shoot it up. And that's, you know, I didn't like the taste of it anyway, so that's how I started doing it. But initially, when I was trying to get off dope, they put me on Zubsolv and Subutex, and I was taking that the right way. And It was still making me high though. I don't know. I would like take it and I'd feel real good and then I'd throw up and then I'd be nodding out. And my grandma and my mom said it was basically like I was still sitting there on dope, even though I wasn't using dope. And that was before I even started banging it, because I didn't really even know that you could do that. I don't know. Do you think? I mean, it's just my opinion that I feel like I guess if that helps people get clean, Suboxone, if it helps them, yeah, and Vivitrol. Vivitrol actually, that stuff will not like. So if you take the Vivitrol and you try and use heroin or whatever, it will not get you high. So you could just keep using it until you die because the Vivitrol blocks the receptors that register that you're getting high. Now, Suboxone, I feel like is medicated, treatment or something. But I really feel like it's just another addiction. Just trading one for another. Yeah. I think that the Vivitrol is probably better than Suboxone just because Suboxone is way worse. I mean, when I was getting off Suboxone, Jessica, it took me 17 days to detox off that shit in rehab. So it's way even worse. I mean, heroin, all that, it does take a while for your body to feel regular again, but the actual dope sick feeling doesn't stay with you that long. Still craving. Still craving what, Dennis? I'm craving a cigarette right now. I'm all geeked up all about this stupid call that I should have never done. Oh, yeah, I guess so. I'm supposed to take him away, but I mean, some people have like more of a stronger mental addiction. So even if the cravings are gone with the Vivitrol, they may still think that they can go out there and get high. And that's how when they first started with the Vivitrol, a lot of people were dying because with alcohol and heroin, they were basically overdosing themselves because they couldn't actually feel it. When I was in rehab, there were a couple girls that were on the Vivitrol, and I mean, but they made that choice, and then they had like a little like dog tag thing that had like a little symbol that so they could show that they were on the Vivitrol. Hi, Clint. How's it going today? Hi, Michelle. Oh, you're welcome, Clint. Yeah, I guess so, Dennis. I don't know. Really? That's crazy. Now you have to be clean for 21 days before you can get the Vivitrol. If you have any in your system, then I'm not exactly sure what happens, but I just know that it's not good. They say you have to be clean for 21 days before they'll give you the Vivitrol shot. So I don't know who would go around and just give people shots of Vivitrol. I mean, is he just giving it to them for them to give them to themselves, or is he, administering the shots? Hi, Rita. Hi, Black Swan. Is he administering it himself to these people, Jim? Like, is he shooting them with the Vivitrol? Or is he just handing it out? Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, Donna. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that that helps you. Thank you, Clint. That's nice of you to say. So that's crazy, Jim, because like he would have to be guaranteed that they've been clean. I mean, how can he just go and say, okay, well, you know, here, I'm going to give you the shot. They have to be clean for 21 days. Oh, thank you, Donna. Look it up on, okay. I will do that. I will check it out. He must go around and be like, have you guys been clean for the designated time for me to give you the withdrawal shot? I mean, it just seems kind of silly to me, but yeah, that's this phone. This is my government phone. I get this through Q-Link Wireless, and it's free minutes every month. This is my phone I paid for. See the difference? This phone sucks so bad. It lags and it freezes up. Hi, Beth. Oh, I don't know what that was telling me about. Oh, that's awesome, Ann. Thank you, Donna. So I don't know. I was just talking about that Suboxone, and I feel like that's I feel like it's it can keep people regular and not out using. But I really believe for myself that it's just basically one addiction for another. Withdrawal. It sucks so bad. Okay, so you have okay, really? Where do you live, by Z-Man? Is that in Canada somewhere? I read that Canada's having heroin injection sites. Yeah. So withdrawal is basically like you're hot and cold. Your body's sweating. It feels terrible. Your skin is just nasty. Like you don't want to be touched. Sometimes you want to be held and then you don't want to be held. Your whole body aches and it's like you stretch your arms and your legs and everything. Just a bad, like restless body feeling. Like it's not even like restless legs. I don't know if you have had restless legs, Dennis, but it's like restless body feeling. Vivitrol doesn't get you high. Suboxone can have that potential, black swan, and Vivitrol basically blocks the receptors that get you high. Oral Ollie. Now that's a fake Ollie profile. Yeah, it is. It is so bad. It's just like you just everything, and even so, like, yeah, it's a fake one. I don't know. Don't come in here talking about Remron, okay? Oh, I love you too, Jazz. Yeah. Yes, you have a smell. Your body smells like sour, and your smell is actually way more sensitive. So when I was dope sick, I could smell the chemicals in the water. I could smell it. Withdrawals. Maybe you're yeah. But you know what's really good, Jennifer? The best thing that I experienced dope sick, masturbating. So awesome. I mean, it's the best. I mean, it's like it was the best thing that I did, and I would lay there and I'd be just miserable. And yes, and your smell and your feet, the dope comes out of your feet. So that's why their feet smell really bad. That's why they want socks a lot, because the drugs come out of the bottoms of your feet. It basically like seeps out of your pores there. Have you heard that, Julie? Yeah, the smell. It basically it gives your whole body a different smell. But then the minute you get some dope, then you're 100% better. and then all the smell is gone. You could take a shower and it feels good. But the first time I ever got dope sick, when I tried to brush my hair, I felt like just like a weight. My arm was like a weight, and I could hardly even move it to brush my freaking hair. And I called my ex Mike up and I said, "What's wrong with me?" And he said, "Oh, haha, you're dope sick." Like, it was funny. It wasn't funny. It wasn't. I didn't even know. I didn't know what was even wrong with me. Well, thank you, Clint and Ange. That's pretty interesting, Donna. Yeah, because the toxins really do come out of your feet a lot, especially when you're using drugs. Yeah, brain issues. Yeah, for sure. When I was in jail and I was withdrawing, I was hallucinating. I was dreaming that I was not even in jail. And I had, you know, I don't know, I was really convinced that the stuff that I was dreaming or hallucinating, imagining was really happening. Yeah, I get it too, Black Swan. Why poor Mike? Poor Mike because he passed away? Yeah, you sleep as much as you can. That's for sure. But see, sometimes, so then you want to sleep, but you're sick, and you can only sleep in little bits and pieces. Or you sleep and then you wake up and you're just a sweaty, nasty mess. Thank you. Thank you very much. I just wish that my heartbeat. Um, I would say it's probably, I don't know, it's been a long time then since I've been dope sick. It does increase. Yep, that's what I was saying. My heartbeat would increase, and then your body starts feeling cold and prickly and sweaty, nastiness. What, quit using drugs, Black Swan? Yeah, she's asleep. She was fussy. She had a big morning. We had to go to group today. Hi, Jennifer. Yeah, Rita, actually, I had dreams where I was getting high, but I couldn't actually ever even feel it. Yeah, that's right, Dennis. They're doing all kind of stuff to basically to extend it, to make it like a more product. So they're adding all kind of bullshit to it. Rita, I still, it's been a while since I had a bad dream like that, but I mean, um, not very. It was probably, I'd say, like within the last year, I had some really heavy using dreams. Um, Tyrone, it's it's sort of like an urge, but it's more just like in the back of my head, just like a little, I don't know, like a little inkling or something for it, and then it just passes. It happens to me when I talk to people, like that I know for a fact, like if they're high, that really gets me. Or like the guy that I talked to today who wants me to help him, that got me just thinking about it for a second, and then I have to dismiss it. I have to get rid of that right away. I have to push that thought, because the minute that thought enters your brain, then it starts to get you kind of thinking about it again. And they say that you actually relapse in your head before you physically relapse. 31 days, yeah. It does take a long time. Now, you're welcome. So I don't know, about 31 days of withdrawal. I mean, that would be just so bad. And that's the thing, when I was in jail, I would withdraw, and that was the only time that I ever got so sick that I would throw up from withdrawal. Because on the streets, that when you're like sitting at home and you're dope sick, the only thing you're thinking about is where can you get more to make you feel better. So you don't even let it get to that point. That's right. Yep, the mental withdrawal. Yep. It is, and it's so hard. It stays with you. It's lasting because it makes an imprint in your brain. It really does. It keeps that part still in there. So say like, okay, so my mom gets like Tylenol threes. So if I was to take some Tylenol threes, even though that's such a mild opiate, my body would remember, like, oh, we know that there's more that comes after this. And so that's why I won't even do that either, you know. Hmm. No, I haven't heard of that, Jennifer. Yep, I did. I snorted. So when I first met Mike, he just snorted heroin, and that's that's how I thought, okay, well, I'll do that. And it just was like a nice drain and everything. And I said, I'll never be wanting to get high so bad that I'm gonna shoot up dope, that I'll ever do that. I'll never want to put a needle in my body. And I would see these girls, shooting up and missing, and it was just like really turned me off. But then so I was in Wayne County with this girl, and she came to a hotel room that me and Mike were staying at. His dad had put us up there, and I went down out of the hotel room to the restaurant that was in the parking lot to get some money from a guy. And when I came back to the room, Mike's arm was tied off and he was shooting up. And I said, what the fuck is going on right now? And she says to me, oh, Jesse, it's all right. I have one for you too. And I said, that's not what I asked. What I wanted was, what the fuck? I said, baby, I thought that you said you weren't going to do that shit ever. And he said, oh, yeah, I wasn't going to, but we didn't have enough to split it if we weren't going to do it this way. Yeah, that's right, Rita. And then we would snort and shoot. We would snort a couple packs and shoot a pack. And then we just stopped snorting altogether. Black Swan, that is a really serious withdrawal. I mean, that's so crazy. Well, I mean, technically, there's really no advantages to shooting it. Hey, Mark. Good seeing you. How you doing? Yeah, technically, there's really nothing good about shooting up dope, but the advantages compared to snorting dope. So if you snort dope, then you get sick faster. If you shoot it, it lasts a lot longer before you have to get sick again. And so then, you could just keep yourself steady. Um, that's really the only advantages that I could see. Because when you snort it, it affects your body just as fast as shooting it. I mean, maybe not exactly the same way, but there's no grams in a pack. It's like a tenth of a gram. Or a 16th, I think, actually. I'm glad to hear that, Mark. Glad you're doing great. Things going better with your wife and everything. Hmm. Oh. Okay. So that's probably why it took so long, Black Swan. That's really good, Donna. When I was in Wayne County Jail, they gave you what they call opiate protocol, and it's just an Imodium, a Catapress, and a Benadryl. Wow. Hi, Teresa. How are you today? Oh, pretty soon here, I'd say. Let's see, February. Probably as soon as March or April. Maybe in April to get the things, because now the people that have been staying there have to get, move their stuff out. Hi, Elaine. How are you today? No, I don't drink coffee, but I have this right here. This coffee I've had since the night I got off my tether. I put it in the fridge. Hi, Fiona. Good, Elaine. I'm glad to hear that. I'm good. I'm all right. I made a bad choice today, Fiona. Oh, thank you. Hi, Clint. She's so good. She's sleeping. So what I did, Fiona, is that this guy, well, when I got when I got to my group this morning, I was looking at my messenger on Facebook, and this person added me and said that some guy, oh, thank you, Donna, that some guy had told him to get a hold of me, and then he put his number in the messenger, and so then I said, what guy? And then that basically made us, connections on Facebook Messenger, and I told him, okay, I'll call you when I get out of group. And I did not call him when I got right out of group. I called him, probably like 1:45 or something, and he just wants me to help him make money, and I'm not down with that. I'm not the connect anymore. I'm not a runner, not a drug runner. I'm out of that life. Thank you, Michelle. Right. That's right. You're right, and he said something like, hook him up with some people that I know that still use, and then he'll send me money through Cash App, which I just found out in this chat that what a Cash App even is. I didn't even know. I figured it was the same thing as PayPal, though. I figured it couldn't be much different. But I told him, I said, I'm out of that. I said, all I do right now is I have a baby. I just had a baby. She's a year old. I said, and I stay out of that stuff. And he goes, oh, well, you probably have some connections that that still use, are still involved with that. Okay. Not. And so I did say, yeah, I probably know 3 people. And he goes, yeah, that come down here. I said, probably one person. But even though, okay, so it's hard for me. It's hard for me to directly say no, especially now. This is just for me, okay? Especially to a black guy. I'm not exactly sure why, but they just a certain way. So I have a hard time standing up for myself in that situation. But I did tell him, that I'm out of that, and then I have a baby and I just raise her. So that's good. But then, when he asked me to get a hold of him, I said, okay, I sure will do that. Sounds good to me. Oh yeah, I'll definitely get a hold of somebody and let them get a hold of you. So why did I do that? Why did I even agree to it when I know I'm not going to even do it? Because I didn't want to say to him, yeah, that's right, Fiona. At least I did tell him initially that I was out of it. But maybe that's what it is. I mean, he had that kind of, persona over the phone. But yeah, that's right, and I think so too, Jennifer. Thank you, Jessica. Thanks, Black Swan. Aw, Wayne, that's sweet. Okay, Teresa. Housewarming. I've never had a housewarming party before. No, that's right. That's right. It doesn't, and it's been so long since I even talked to anybody from that kind of lifestyle. Like the last time I even talked to somebody was before I even had Kyrie, I think, and that was one of my guys down there, and and I told him then. I told that guy, I'm not doing anything like that, but we had that history, so I don't know. He said you can call me anytime you want. Just a bullshit girl. Okay, no thanks. I mean, I just can't see myself really having a conversation with a dealer. What do we have in common? Okay, I used to use drugs. Okay, you sell drugs. That doesn't really give us a mutual, thing to talk about. Because I don't use drugs anymore, and you still fucking sell drugs. We got nothing to talk about. Nothing in common. Yeah, that's possible, and that's right. That's right, Jessica. Yeah, and they sure do, Black Swan. Gosh, I had friends that even when I was in recovery, they would hit me up and be like, "Oh, we're gonna have this party over here. You want to come?" No, no, I don't. Probably, Dennis. I don't know. Thank you, Fiona. Fiona Ashley. I remember that. I don't remember your last name. It is insidious, Black Swan. No, he's actually at work. Work. Thank you, Jessica. Yeah, that's right. So that's right. Ashley Patterson. There we go. She's good. She's took my mom to the hospital. She's having some like MRIs done or something, and they told her she had to take a whole Xanax to relax because she has to stay on the table for 50 minutes and stay still. So she she drove her there at the Tawas Hospital or Bone and Joint Clinic or whatever. It is hard. Yeah. You know what? It's so hard, but it turns out to be so worth it too. Yeah, that's right, Donna. That's what I feel like, that's what I want to help people because I understand. Tyrone, okay. Yeah, I know. It's definitely, so, I mean, it wouldn't be that long, but she has to stay still for a long time. Dennis, I love to sell cars. um, so Tyrone, I have nodded out. Okay, when I was in active addiction, I was getting some strong ass shit or something. I would smoke crack and it would make me fall out, or I would, shoot up and it would make me fall out. And so, there was one time in specific that I can remember that I passed out in the spot. And when I woke up, everybody else was gone except for like one other person and the dealer. And I asked where Mike was. I checked my pockets. All my shit was gone. And they said that he had left like hours ago. And I said, and you guys just let me sleep there on the fucking floor? I said, and he ran my pockets? What the fuck is going on here? Oh, thank you, Donna. So, I mean, that must have been hours. Hours, Tyrone. Because as long as you go there and spend money, you can pass out because they figure you're going to wake up and spend more money, I guess. So stupid and ridiculous, the shit going on down there. Yeah, he left me there and he ran my pockets. So when I finally met back up with him, I said, "Did you run my fucking pockets? You left me there in the house and you ran my pockets?" He said, "No, I didn't run your pockets." I said, "You got my stem?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You got my fucking needle?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, so you're saying you got all that shit, but you didn't run my pockets, right?" Oh, thank you, Donna. Yep, he just left me. Just left me there in the spot. Didn't give a fuck. No, not the Mike I'm with right now. No, hell no. Mike I'm with right now, he would not be even putting up with that shit. It just depends, Tyrone. I mean, sometimes you go there and there'd be like 3 or 4 people, and sometimes you go there and there'd be like 10 or 15. Yeah, I think so. So what I think, yeah, he is a good guy, Elaine. What I think, Jessica, is that crack, if you smoke it long enough, will actually do something to your brain. It changes your brain, your chemistry. And so, um, okay, bye, Fiona. Thanks, you too. So I think that's just a permanent tweak is what that is, Jessica. Yeah, bye, Fiona, Ashley. That's crazy, Black Swan. See now so my thing, so when I was using drugs, when I go either even when I'm not using drugs, when I fall asleep, I sleep like the dead. I mean, I sleep so fucking hard. I don't know what's going on around me. So I would go to sleep in a fucking bando and I would wake up with like scratches and bruises and things that I couldn't even remember where they came from. And as far as I knew, all I had done was stayed right there where I was sleeping. But who knows what could have happened? Somebody could have come in and fucking done something to me while I was asleep. What does Tassie only do when she's not high? So I would say when she is high, yep. But because when he did just interview and when we just seen Tassie and she was sober, she still was a little bit hard to understand. And that is because of the brain chemistry changing. I mean, I talk fast. My grandpa said to me the other day, he said, "You have to talk slower to me because I'm getting old and I can't hear you anymore." So he has to actually read my mouth while I'm talking to him. Yeah, she was. She was so much better, Jennifer. You're right about that. And that makes me so happy to see, you know. But unfortunately, I would say that I hope that she would stay away from it. But she is close enough. And, um, even anywhere down there is so much more accessible. If you go out like to the sticks or something, I'm sure you could find drugs there. But it'd be a lot harder to find. Yeah, it is. That is a side effect, Donna. And because they even are putting some screwed up shit in the crack now. Somebody told me a couple months back that there was a woman that smoked crack and went blind from it. Like, who the fuck? What did they even put in it? Tyrone, I did. Okay, so when I was down in Kentucky, I was hanging out with this guy who I was, kind of dating or whatever, and he took me over. Okay, so we went to the neighbor's house, and they had like Vyvanse. Hi, Lori. How you doing today? Yeah, I don't know what they're putting in a Black Swan. But anyway, so I snorted so much Vyvanse, which is like Adderall, and I was so geeked up that this guy that I was dating, he said to me, "Well, I can take you and get you straightened out." So we went to the next like couple houses down, and this woman is smoking meth, and I took one hit of the meth, and all it did was even me out so much that I felt like I could fall asleep. And that's what I did. And so I'm really thankful that that was my one experience with meth, because if I had probably just done it like, you know, by itself, I may have been way more addicted to it. But I wasn't addicted to it at all. I was just like, oh, okay, well, let's go back to your place so I could take a nap. Because I had been up all night with this stupid Vyvanse. Yeah, she does. She does look healthy. So we had a Chrysler van for a long time, and it lasted 12 years. Even though it was a 2001, it still lasted 12 years. And yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy, Black Swan? It was because I was already way too geeked up from the stupid Vyvanse, and I will never snort any kind of anything again, especially not that shit. um, I would say, if you buy a Ford, you better expect that it's going to break down. No, the truck is still sitting in the driveway covered with snow. He still has the battery unplugged and the alternators out of it. Hi, Deb. Good to see you. How are you today? No, no, don't do that, Donna, because they put me on Adderall when I was in middle school, and it really fucked me up. It was supposed to help me with my ADD, but it didn't really. Why? What's going on? It's that's right, Ford. It's been a few days since I talked to Donnie. Something's wrong with the truck, Clint. So what happened is that when Mike was driving down the road, the he has a two speakers in the back, and it tells you like the I'm not sure what that is, the wattage for the amp. And hi, Lori. I thought I said hi to you already. How are you today, Lori? And so when he was driving, it was like starting to slow down and lose like acceleration. And so when he tried to turn it, when he got in the driveway and started it back up, the alternator was not powering the truck. It was just running on the battery. So his little thing on his amp only said like 10, which is not supposed to be that. And then he took the alternator to like a you know, parts like store, like O'Reilly's or something, and they tested it and said um, the alternator works so perfectly good condition, working alternator. So something's wrong. He thinks it might be a computer board in there, which is way more expensive than he was really planning on having to deal with. If it could have just been an alternator, that wouldn't have been so much, but fucking computer board is way expensive. And I said to him, well, if you get a computer board and it's not that, that's a really expensive fucking guess. Because he doesn't really even know what's going on with it. All right, Fiona, Ashley, we'll see you. Yeah, it is so messed up, Donna. It's basically, that's the answer. That's all the teachers' answers, therapist answers. Oh, put him on some drugs. Give him that. That'll straighten him right out. Well, I don't know what part. I mean, I'm not sure, Elaine, because it seems like that part, whatever he's talking about, is like a onboard computer something, and it controls all the shit in his truck. So that means like that's why his windows won't go down. That's why his door locks don't work. That's why his headlights are wired in. So if he turns his brights on, one of his headlights goes out. So I mean, it's just all crazy. Four years, Tyrone. I probably could, Dennis. Yeah, that's right, Jennifer. I'm not sure, Clint. Uh-oh, she says. I'm not exactly sure if I could or not. I mean, so there's like Hank's Salvage or something. There's not really many junkyards up here. That is fucked up, Black Swan. That is so fucked up. Let me tell you what. They put me on Prozac in the jail and it messed me all up. Yeah. I mean, that's a good idea, Clint, but I keep getting these calls about your vehicle's extended warranty or something. Mike's truck is a 2000. There's no warranty on that shit anymore. Oh yeah, I bet they did. I bet they did love that shit, Black Swan. How fucked up is that, anyways? What? How could they do that? Where do you stay at? That is really fucked up, Black Swan. Oh wow. I don't even understand that. Medical neglect. What you say is it's actually medical neglect to put my child on this fucking pill. Wow, Teresa. Well, congratulations on 25 years. Good for you, Black Swan. Parts galore. Yeah. Sometimes, so one time I actually answered and I said, our vehicle is a fucking 2000. We don't have a warranty on it. Stop calling me. And they still call. Now they're really trying to get me too, you guys. So now they're calling with the same prefix as my number, so it's 989, and then the next part is like 313 something, you know. So it's like a real scam, but they're trying to make it look like a local call. That's a good idea, Black Swan. Yeah, what kind of teacher is really happy with the kid that can't even freaking, stay awake, or that's just like zoned out? That isn't teaching anything. What makes their job easier because they have less kids they have to teach? That's a fucking lazy ass teacher. That's what I think. Yeah, making it easy for teachers because most of their freaking class is just a fucking zoned out zombie. I'm not really sure what my plans is for today. So we just got a Toyota, but it's a 2005. That's good, Teresa. Yeah, you're right, Jim. Just like glorified babysitters, not even fucking teaching. Oh, that sounds fun. Mike keeps trying to tell me that I need to get Kyrie's haircut because it's uneven. No, it's not uneven. It just has to grow all the way out. She has the same amount right here on both sides of her head. Nope, I didn't talk about my pregnancy yet, Elaine. Just talking about my day. Thank you, Teresa. I know. How silly, really. He's like, we're gonna have to cut it to make it even. No. Come on now. It's his first kid. And he's been saying some things that kind of like concern me. Like, so yesterday she was like fussing, just like making a fussing noise, and she was like laying on the ground, and he said, "Oh, come on now, you faker." No, and so that's the shit. And then like, oh, like to say like suck it up, or you know, like she's a baby, dude. She's a fucking baby. Yes, she's asleep. Hi, Ronnie. No, I'm not pregnant, Tyrone. Somebody want to know about my pregnancy story. I hope not, Black Swan. She is not asleep, Ronnie. I have this right here. It's dying. See, it's red, flashing red. She's in there going, uh-oh, uh-oh. Yeah. My grandma said blink once and they're 8 and blink twice and they're 28. Yeah. Some guy at my group today, because I had her with me, was like, is this your oldest? I'm like, she's my only, my oldest. She's a fucking baby. How old is my oldest gonna look? She is the oldest because she's the only one. So stupid. People are just like, ask you these obvious questions. So you guys really want to hear my story about my pregnancy? Aw. Ford, Jim, I can't believe it. Ford. Okay, guys. I got 2 yeses. I guess that's enough. All right, Black Swan. Okay, so I had been feeling like my biological clock was ticking. I think that's what you call it, where you just feel like you're running out of time to have a baby. And so I was in jail from October 10th to December 31st in 2017. And I was taking birth control at the time. And the girls in there were like, if you stop taking your birth control, it'll make you super fertile. And I said, oh yeah, I'll be so super fertile. I'll keep my legs up in the air after we have sex and make sure that I get pregnant, good and pregnant. And so I came home and I stopped taking my birth control. My friend Mita, who was the one that came over to visit with me, last week or whatever, she brought me some prenatals and said, these will help you to get pregnant. And so we did this behind my mom's back because she assumed that I was still taking birth control. And so anyways, all right, Teresa, have a good day. Thanks for coming. So anyways, so I was still on birth control. Then I was off. Okay. So I didn't really know, I didn't even know I was pregnant. So this is what happened. So on April the 3rd, I had court because I tested positive for THC and they wanted me to go to court for it because it was a violation of probation. So I go to court and they put me in jail and say that I can go to rehab if I can find a rehab from the jail. So I go and they put me in the holding cell and they make me pee in a cup. I'm in there in the holding cell waiting for a while. They call it the drunk tank. And I was just waiting and waiting. And then they come back and they're like, done. You're positive. And I'm like, positive for what? Hi, Melissa. I said, positive for what? And they're like, pregnancy. And I'm like, what? Are you serious? Like, this is such a good thing to find out, but it's such a terrible place. And I was like crying and laughing and happy and sad at the same time. So then now I found out I'm pregnant. I have to go into the actual general population and they set I have to set my phone up. So when you go to jail, I don't know how many you guys know, but when you go to jail and you can call, you have a one-time chance to record your name in the phone. So instead of recording my name, I just went, hi, it's Jessie, I'm pregnant. And I called everybody. I called Mike and my mom and my dad. And I think I called my other friend. And then finally somebody answered and was like, did we just hear that right? I had to call my dad like 3 or 4 times for him to understand. And so I sat in jail for 2 weeks, 2 weeks after finding out I was pregnant. And they gave me like nasty, like hard-boiled eggs and bread with bologna and no mustard and like these gross, really super greasy potato chips. And yep, I had morning sickness. I was in jail and I love peanut butter, Jessica. I love it. So I was eating peanut butter because they give you peanut butter and jelly in the morning. And right before meds, so the meds are coming, I just got done eating and I had to run to the bathroom to throw up. And I said, uh-oh, me and this baby aren't going to get along if I can't eat peanut butter. And then, so then I went to rehab and I felt like just, like in the morning I felt sick. But actually, Jessica, what I was calling mine was all the time sickness because I felt nauseous so much of the time. And then I would eat like a big meal. And then like in rehab, we had this like pizza casserole or something. And I was sitting in the room with this other girl. We were watching TV. It was like after we also gone to bed. And all of a sudden I was trying to eat like these saltine crackers because I had been feeling nauseous. And I said, uh-oh. And I ran to the bathroom. It was funny. I was used to hear about me getting sick, but it was funny because the stuff that I got sick off of was so strong that she said they could smell. Detox me with anything from what, Melissa? Yeah, sick all the time. And so that's why, and my dad, okay, so my dad said he was clairvoyant. He told me that he could tell me what my baby was just by touching my stomach. But while I was in rehab, at this point, I was only like a couple months pregnant, maybe not even that much. And so I was laying in bed during like a daytime spot where you could like lay down and relax. And I was just thinking in my head, like, Kyrie and Full. And I was thinking that. And then I just started smiling from ear to ear. And I knew right then, before I had even had the sex thing or anything like that, that she was a girl. Because that name just stuck with me when I thought it in my head. My birth dad. Yep, Elaine. My birth dad. My dad. His name is Richard. He's a big, tall guy. He's like 6'4". He's a big guy. So anyways, so then when me and Mike when I got out of rehab, I was feeling a lot less sick. And the whole time I was hungry for meal food. I didn't want any sweets. So sweet stuff was making me sick to my stomach. I wanted like steak, chicken, fish, pork. I mean, I wanted the fucking whole 9 yards. Meat. I wanted all kind of meat. And so all the meal food, that's what I wanted. And that's what I ate. And so when we went to the ultrasound to see what the sex was, and it was so funny because there was, all right, Clint. Have a good day. Yeah, he's just having a ball back there. But yeah, so when we went to the ultrasound, so we seen the two little dots. And Mike was so funny. He asked the girl, "That's all right, Manny." He asked the nurse. He said, she's like, "It's a girl," and he's like, "Are you sure?" He said, "Are you sure that it's not the two dots don't mean a boy?" And she goes to him, "No, honey, boys have penises." So it was funny, anyways. And so then we had a baby shower for my little girl Kyrie, and I don't know, it was just, I knew she wasn't ready to come when she was due. And so just like me, so my mom makes a joke like the only thing I was ever on time for or early for was my birthday. But she's back there yelling. The baby monitor died, guys. So anyway, she was due on the 7th of December. She was not ready. I kept having false labor. I kept going to the freaking Alpina constantly. Had to go all the way to Alpina. She weighed 7 pounds, 12 ounces. And it was pretty funny because when I finally did go up there, they had to induce me. They decided they were going to set me up because I was 41 weeks and like 41 and a half weeks already. And so they had already tried to scrape something with her finger. She had to try and like, I don't know, stimulate the something. I'm not even sure what it's called. But anyway, so she did that and it didn't actually help her come any faster. And so then they sent me to the hospital on the 12th, and they put me on Pitocin, and I was on Pitocin all day long, and then they stopped it at night so that I could sleep. They started me, a cervix swipe. That's right, cervix swipe. And so then then the next morning they put me on Pitocin at like 5:30 in the morning, and at about 12:30 I was walking the halls with Mike's mom, and my water just broke, and I was just everywhere, all the way in the hallway and everything. I was so embarrassed. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, you guys." And then once that happened, my freaking contractions hurt, because up until that point my contractions just felt like bad period cramps. It didn't even hurt at all. Once my water broke, it was like the most like excruciating pain. It was like my body was being ripped in half. And then I lost my mucus plug on the floor in the bathroom of my room, and I was crying and apologizing to the nurse, and she's like, "That's okay, honey. That happens to everyone. It's all right." I was so embarrassed anyway. So then they had to give me so then so I was trying to do it all natural. I wanted to do 100% natural labor. I didn't want to have epidural or anything. But because of my stroke and my back injury, my body was just trying to get her out of me. So I was only dilated to like 7 or 8 centimeters, and my body was trying to push her out already. So the nurse kept telling me, stop pushing. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. My body was just doing it on its own. So they had to give me the epidural. And the first guy gave me the epidural wrong. It didn't even help the freaking contractions. I still was in so much pain. I still was bearing down this baby inside of me. And so then they had to have the actual anesthesiologist come in there and redo it and do the epidural for me. And then once that happened, it was just like a warm feeling from my stomach down my legs, and I couldn't feel any contractions or anything. And then that's all right. Thanks, Manny. Yep. And so then once I actually started going into labor, my mom was so funny, you guys. She was there with the phone right up there in between my legs because she had me C-section and she had Donovan C-section. So she had never seen like an actual natural birth. And so the nurse was like, you could stand over there, please. Because she was right there with the camera trying to get real up close and personal. Like, I have some pictures that nobody else will ever see, except for maybe Mike if he wants to see them. But who wants to see that? I mean, you can see Kyrie coming out of me. It's crazy. And so it only took me about a half an hour of pushing once I actually started. I mean, the whole actual labor part, once they came in there and said, okay, you're ready, probably an hour and a half. And then boom, she was here, and she had this perfect little head. And so because my dad had told me that he was clairvoyant, and when he did touch my stomach, he said he was getting girl and boy vibes. And so he said it could be either one. And then when she wasn't coming on the day that she was due, he said, oh, I bet you the baby's going to come on the 11th, and watch, it's going to be a boy. So when I had her, I was terrified that she was going to be a boy. When she came out, they said, oh, it's a girl. And I looked at her and I said to her, I was crying, and I said, oh, I'm so happy you have this perfect little vagina. I mean, I was just, really emotional, but I was so happy to see that she was a girl because I wanted a girl. We prepared for a girl. We had a girl baby shower, everything. So, yep, and that's my story. Really? That's cool though, Manny. Hey, it's good to have that support there, somebody to support you. Sometimes, the baby's father can't always be there. Melissa, she is perfect. Thank you, Melissa. I do feel really lucky. Yes, thank you, Elaine. She is so perfect and precious. She's back there talking now, you guys. We like the same thing yesterday. Yep, he was there. He was holding my leg, and the nurse was holding my other leg. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you, Black Swan. Thank you, Manny. Oh, yeah. Yep, I understand that, Melissa. Check my PayPal. I am so happy to have the tether off, Melissa. Look at the pants I even wore today to celebrate. There's this. I actually tried wearing these pants when I had my tether on, but it was so stupid because it poked out of those holes. No, he cried. He actually cried. And he said, oh, I'm not going to cry. You know, we had the WIC people come out before my pregnancy, before I actually had her. And we watched the video and the guys were like crying and stuff. And he's like, that's not going to be me. I'm not going to cry. Oh, yeah, he cried. And then even after that, when we had her in our own separate little room, he was standing at the window and he was crying. And I said, oh, are you crying? I said, I thought you were going to be the strong, tough man, not cry about it. He said, but you just gave me the best gift ever, because he was 48 years old. He was pretty much giving up hope on having children of his own. The girl that he was with before me, they were together for 10 years and she just treated him like dog shit. So he basically had given up hope. And he said, he told me, he's like, baby, you made my whole dreams come true, made my life complete, because you gave me the best gift I ever could have had. He said, I had given up hope. I have like cards where he's like saying all this stuff. You know, so sweet. He's such a really good guy. He is. I feel really lucky to be with him because he treats me better than any guy I've ever been with. When I was in my active addiction and I was still wanting to be with Mike, I was basically like in meetings like, fuck you guys, I don't want to be here, I want to be in Detroit, blah, blah, blah. And he just kept trying, just being so sweet and so supportive and just trying to be there for me, even though I was just being a hateful bitch. And then, you know, finally I gave him a chance and it turned out to be the best decision of my entire life. Thank you, Manny. It is. It's just such a good, just a good thing that came out of it. I mean, who would have thought I'd meet the father of my baby at a NA meeting? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step outside real fast and smoke a cigarette. Then I'm gonna go get her. Oh, thank you, Manny.
Specialist calling on a recorded line. I'm in the awards department. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, you hear those? Hear that? That's where you say, you say yes or no, and that's how they get you. If they get your recorded voice saying yes, then you basically agreed to the fucking everything right then. I'm calling on a recorded line. Can you hear me okay? No, I can't fucking hear you, bitch. Don't try and scam me with that. Yep, that's what I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go smoke, then I'm gonna get her. Well, I'll be coming back with Kyrie pretty soon here, Dennis. So here's my trench coat. See, Elaine? Elaine, are you right there? This is my coat that I said I burnt. Where is the burn mark? Oh, yeah. I burned it all in there. This nice ass coat. Burn there, burn there. One hot fell off my cigarette in my lap. And that's what happened. Totally. And I mean, I've had this coat for so long, I couldn't believe it. I was so upset. See those stupid holes? Yeah, at least it's inside. My grandma said, you didn't really ruin it, honey. I said, it is ruined, Grammy. It's ruined. So I'm going to go smoke a cigarette and I'll be back. With Kyrie. Come on, honey. Yeah. Oh, Elaine, we got your mail today. The one from for Kyrie and the one for my grandma. She didn't open it yet though. I can get it out of my email probably, Dennis. That's all right. That's okay, Elaine. Okay, let's see if I can do that. Okay, it is popping up here. She's found something on the computer table that's interested her. Oh, no, it's not on that one. All right, Rita, I won't forget to check. Thank you so much. Have a good day. She might be. I don't know how she got this thing to turn back on. It was completely dead just a minute ago. Every time she puts it in her hand, it turns back on. You did, Jazz. It wasn't so super interesting. There may have been some funny parts to it. Yeah. All right, here's a link to the Amber video. That's right. This is the outcome of the story. 11:20. I don't want you touching the keyboard. That's right. Kyrie's the happy ending. It is a perfect ending. I had to get her off my lap. Thank you, Manny. Come on back up there. Here. No, not that one. Just the one in your hand.
Okay.
What are you doing? She doesn't want to sit on my lap, you guys. How about you stand? You don't want to sit. All right, Manny, thanks for coming. I hope you have a good day. Good rest of your day. Yeah, she sure has. She's just growing and learning. See you, Manny. Have a good day. Uh-oh. What? Uh-oh. You think that's all your mouth? There we go. I want to see your pretty little face. Yeah, I think she will be. Mike is 6'2". And I'm 5'8". What'd you do that for?
Uh-oh.
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 You think so, Jim?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. You don't want it back? You're so funny. Nope, that's Mama's real phone there. You can play with this phone. But it died, so it's not going to light up for you anymore. She says, don't make me laugh, Mama. Okay, what do you want? You can have everything with that. Wow, she's almost took me out with that thing. Hi, Beth. Thank you, Jim. Uh-oh. All right, Jazz. Thank you. Yeah, I know. And that's the thing, because Mike's not getting any younger, I mean, he's 49 now. Or maybe not 49 yet, but he sure will be. Well, let's see. He was born in 1971. Sasha is sleeping, and so is Kitty. Both of them are sleeping, which is good, because Kitty went for her. And Sasha did too, actually. Woo. That's the answering machine. We can't play with that. Right. I don't think you're too old, Jazz. No. No, she doesn't stay away from the cats. Oh, thank you. She just gave me this.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nope, she does not. She still tries to go to Kitty and calls Kitty Sasha. And Sasha was napping yesterday, and she was going like this to her. I say, pet her soft, pet her nice. Yes, she is so very polite. What even was that? Uh-oh. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's what my grandma said, Jazz. Because now Kitty actually is my cat. I brought her here. And now, she pretty much took over my grandma. And so my grandma, is basically taking her as her own cat. And she said, though, if she attacks Kyrie again, then the cat's out of here. Kyrie. I think so, Jazz. I think you're still in your prime, too. Yep, the cat would have to go. For sure. Uh-oh. That's right. Yeah, you are young, Jazz. Uh-oh. All right, Kyrie. Let me get out of here. Now don't put it down there again. That's good. Well, so now the cat is like terrorizing my grandma. Okay, so my grandma goes in there. Good, Jazz. So the cat has taken over my grandma's bedroom. She's actually attacked my grandma for trying to get her own clothes off of the fucking bed. Ooh, off of the bed. Yeah. And so, my mom said that we should lock her out of the room at night when my grandma goes to sleep because she's interfering with my grandma sleeping well. She's on her freaking pillow all night, grooming herself and biting my grandma when she's trying to sleep. And so we said that she should just lock her out, but then she just Oh no, but she'll scratch the door. She'll scratch all night. Okay. Well, doesn't matter if she scratches all night or not. We can't have the cat doing that. Yeah. I know, I was almost hoping, like, I don't want anything to happen to Kyrie, but I almost was hoping that she would do something so that we could get rid of her. Even though that's my cat and I love her. I mean, I rescued her when she was just a kitten from this house where she had like burn marks on her and stuff. So. All right, we're not doing that. Oh. Aw, that is sweet, Dennis. I like puppies. They don't stink then. Oh. Yeah, well, we already have Muddy. He might not be, he's getting pretty old. I don't know if he'd be actually up for having another little young thing running around. He's already got Kyrie. And she tried to get on his back the other day and he growled. I was really upset. I said, Muddy, what the freak do you think you're doing? Growling at your sister. Right. That's what I'm saying, Jazz. Oh no, it's right. Oh, Dennis, I hate that. I hate when that happens. Okay, that's enough of that. Well, guys, Kyrie is terrorizing everything in here. She's getting into stuff. Next thing you know, the computer is going to come up flying off the table. So, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hear that drought out. Uh-oh. She goes, uh-oh. So, We love you, Jazz. Yeah, it's great. Thank you, Elaine. See you guys all later. Bye, Jazz. Bye, Jim. Bye, Elaine. Bye, Dennis. Bye, Julie. Thanks for coming. Bye, Jazz. Uh-oh. All right, guys. I'll see you later. I'll be back later tonight. Without this little white tornado I got going on. White hurricane. She's getting into everything. She just tears our house apart. Baby clothes and toys from one end to the other. Bye, J1. All right, Jazz, have a good rest of your day. Okay, I'm about to hit end. Bye, Jazz. Anyone else that's still here, I love all of you. Thank you for coming. And I'll see you later.